And welcome back. I'm back at the menu screen just to show you this is the same thing. Old game. Let's play 1. Load the game. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, back at Spring 59. Oh, hello.
Good evening. Developments
Only 3 additional funds. See, when you save the game, it saves it at the start of the season, which means that the random events that can be generated can change. So keep that in mind. It also means it will not save anything that you do during a season. So if you got a big mission planned and you don't want to lose your progress, do the mission and save afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to take a little time to explain a few things before we get too deep into the game, because we're in the early days here. If I wasn't doing a video let's play of this thing, I'd be doing this in I would have been already in 1961, 62. But because I'm doing a video, I'm doing it a bit different. So first, just kind of explain the different skills. Each astronaut has 5 skills: capsule, LM, EVA, docking, and endurance. Each skill affects a different part of manned spaceflight. Capsule skill affects actually piloting the spacecraft, and is used most often in missions. LM skill affects how well the astronaut can handle the lunar modules. EVA is obviously for EVAs, spacewalks. Docking involves docking missions, docking steps. Endurance is the most nebulous of the ones out there. It's not exactly confirmed exactly what it does, but the perception is that endurance is basically how an astronaut handles longer duration missions. It's a range from 0 to 4, 4 being the best. When we actually get these astronauts into a program, I can show you how things kind of work with that. So right now, I get out of that, I'll show you something else. Now remember, we had a successful orbital satellite last turn. In fact, you can even see that in the viewing stand. Explorer 2, orbital satellite Prestige 12, November 1958. Now remember that the Explorer R&D the Explorer Safety, I should say, was 95. For the R&D, it's now 96, and the max R&D is now 96. What's going on? So in Race into Space, at least the 1.0 and the 1.1 versions, this was not part of the original Buzz Aldrins, at least not completely. When you have a mission, every time a particular component has a successful mission, that is, all the steps that component is involved in go through correctly, no step failures, it gains +1 to its safety factor, up to the maximum safety. And it gains a +1 to its R&D as well. So that if you get a downgrade by a bad random event, you don't have to start back at the lower, normal maximum R&D. You can research back up to where you were before. So this can be useful for future missions. Where were we? Oh, that's right. I had scheduled another orbital satellite just in case. So let's just go ahead and get that going. It's useful to do that because it will improve our Atlas safety factor, which is important. In fact, let's go ahead and let's just put 4 MBs in and max out Atlas. Oh yeah, I got a perfect amount that I needed. 6 to take us up to 88. So the Atlas is now maxed out on R&D. Well, its maximum R&D was 87. It's now 88 because we had a successful mission that used Atlas. So that mission is all set to go to the orbital satellite, and we have 77 MBs left. two things we need to do. First, we need to buy our Mercury capsule so we can actually send our astronauts into space. So we'll purchase Mercury for 20, and see, we start 5%. That's not good. So we visit R&D, and we will have to, oh boy, 13%. Hopefully we get luckier in the fall, otherwise it might be 1961, 1962 till we get people in space if we get poor results like that. So that's the first thing we need to do. What's the other thing we need to do? Yes. We'll schedule a future mission. We'll schedule another orbital satellite just so we can get more launches, get Atlas raised. But we'll also, since we've got a little extra cash on hand, and we're maxed out on Explorer, we're maxed out on Atlas, then we'll go ahead and purchase a second launch pad. We won't assign a mission because, just in case something happens and we need the spare cash. But now we've opened Mercury, we now have the Mercury program building. And it's going to tell us, there are no astronauts in the manned program and kick us out. That's fine, we'll handle that, next time. So we've got the orbital satellite going on this turn, orbital satellite next turn, and other things which... Oh, something you can do. Okay, so what it looks like is the Russians may have attempted an orbital satellite and failed. You can always check the director ranking here to see the relative prestige. So any sudden changes could be successes or failures in prestige, could indicate things are going well or things are not going well for your opponent. Because you don't get a whole lot of information about the opponent if you're playing against a computer. So, okay, so let's just go. Yeah, I'm waffling here, I know, but okay. So let's end the turn and launch our orbital satellite. I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate. I hit enter, and I can just skip straight to the launch step. Hit enter, straight to the orbital insertion burn. Hit enter, straight to the hardware power on. This is useful if you're trying to, save time. If you're just playing by yourself, if you're not recording, So things like that. But yes, it was a success, and again, see, as I said last episode, we only get one prestige because we've already achieved our prestige first, so now this is routine, and so we only get 1 point for that. Fall of 59.
Good evening, developments in the news today. The Space Agency...
See, this is what I was talking about. Random events like this. So in this case, it's telling us that Explorer is having a problem, so we can either take a 10% safety factor loss on its next mission, or we can pay 10 MBs and not have to worry about the whole thing. And Grissom was released from the hospital, and everyone else was graduated from basic training. And the CIA is reporting more information. So when you have a repair situation, a random event like that, it will tell you here exactly what is damaged, how much it will cost of the amount of money you have left, and what the safety factor loss would be on the next mission from whatever level it previously was at. So in this case, I've got the extra money. I'm basically not going to do terribly. I don't have anything excessively expensive, so we're just going to hit yes, ignore that, and just yeah. Actually, we're coming up to 10 minutes, so I'm going to try and stick to 10 minutes. I'll cut the episode here. Next time we've got a whole bunch of astronauts. We can put them in Mercury, talk to you about that, and sort of kind of get the ball rolling on manned space programs. So until then, I'm just going to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.